channel and you're stopping by for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. Stick around a while by clicking that red button for more crafting on a budget, more everything on a budget videos to come. And if you click it again when the bell appears, YouTube should notify you every time I upload a new video, depending on the option that you choose in the drop-down menu of the bell. If you're interested in following me on social media, you can find those links in the description box below. So what do I have going on for you for today? Today I'm bringing back an old series that I started, I want to say probably 3 years ago, and it's my Bleak to Chic series. It's taking something bleak that you'd see at the Dollar Tree or any dollar store, any store for that matter, that you would otherwise pass up because it's bleak or it doesn't suit your decor style, and it's transforming it into something chic, something you're absolutely gonna love. Today's Bleak to Chic item that I'm gonna be transforming are these scarecrows that Dollar Tree has right now for the fall and harvest season. Are these terribly bleak? They're not. But it's not something I want to put up in my house because it doesn't suit my decor style. When I see this, I see the potential of what it could be. And so I'm going to take this from something bleak and I'm going to make it so farmhouse chic that it's a piece that I'm absolutely going to love to put up every fall and harvest season. So I can't wait to show you what I do with this and how I transform it. So I'm going to quit my gabbing, let's jump into it, and let's put a farmhouse chic twist on a scarecrow from the Dollar Tree, Scarecrow Plaque from the Dollar Tree. Let's get to it. Who is today's KB Creations crafter of the day? You'll want to stick around to the end of the video to see if it's your creation that's being featured in today's video. My blog is up and it is running. I will be posting a new blog every Monday, and this is where I take you along with me on this next chapter of my life and all of the amazing paths that it takes me on. I get personal because everything is personal, including this blog. Like always, why would we use the decorative side of this plaque when we can flip it over and we've got what I call a blank canvas? I'm gonna go ahead and remove the ribbon and the staples. I'm gonna run some sandpaper over the top of this because once those staples were removed, it left some sharp, uneven edges, and me being the perfectionist that I am, we can't have those. So I'm gonna take a couple seconds and just smooth out the top of these plaques. I'm really stepping out, and guess what I'm doing with these plaques? Yes, I am covering them with fabric. That's something different, right? That's not predictable at all. So using some Mod Podge, I'm gonna give these plaques a good coating of the Mod Podge. I'm gonna be using this blackish, grayish buffalo check. I found this at Walmart. I am into buffalo check. You all know that because I'm a farmhouse gal. What's great about this DIY is it's a versatile one, so you pick the fabric you want to use and make it your own. Once I've got the Mod Podge on, I'm going to go ahead and set my fabric on top of that Mod Podge, then give it another coating of the Mod Podge on top of the fabric, and this is really going to help adhere it to the plaques. It's going to stiffen up that fabric so when we cut off the excess fabric, we don't get any of those frayed edges. And yes, I am covering all 3 pieces with the fabric. Trust me, it's for the best. It makes it a lot easier in the long run. Once the plaques are good and dry, you can go ahead and remove the excess fabric, and I like to do it using a straight edge razor, using this safety blade. When doing this, you really do get the best results if you have a good, fresh, sharp blade. And using the plaque as a guide, just go ahead and cut off that fabric and you're not going to get those frayed edges. Now, because I am going to be adding some detail onto these plaques, we don't just want to leave them covered in the buffalo check, but to cover the entire plaque in the fabric that you're using makes it a lot easier instead of trying to shape out the fabric, I guess you could say. And so just by taking some paint, you can cover up some of those areas that you didn't want the fabric to show. Because I'm going to be adding some hay to these pants, because hay comes out of the bottom of the pants in a scarecrow, I don't want the buffalo check to show. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of this ivory paint on just to cover up that buffalo check. What else would we use for hay? Of course we're going to use raffia. So I just went ahead and cut up some raffia, and using some hot glue, I'm going to hot glue it down here at the bottom. Oh my word. Seriously, Kelly? In the last clip, it shows the detailing of the pockets already added. I'm not sure what happened. I don't have an excuse for that. Not sure where my head is at. But I will show you that using a pencil, I went ahead and just added the detailing of the pockets. And I'm using the back side of this plaque as a reference because we didn't cover up the decorative side of this plaque. And so just by flipping it over, I can reference how to do these pockets. It's pretty simple. You know I'm no artist when it comes to drawing. I'm just gonna try my best. Then using some of Dollar Tree's 3D fabric paint. This stuff is amazing. You don't have to go anywhere else for it. You can get it at Dollar Tree now. They have it in several different colors. You all know I like to use this stuff. I'm gonna use this to add the detailing and fill in those spaces for the pockets, just to make them stand out a bit off of the buffalo check fabric. Going in with some of Tim Holtz Distress ink in the color of Walnut Stain. This is my favorite method in which I use to distress. This brown is the perfect brown. If this brown isn't for you, Tim Holtz has a ton of different shades of distress ink for you to choose from. You can get this at just about any hobby store or crafting store. I figured this Scarecrow needed some scuffed up needed to be dirtied up a bit, and so that's just what I'm gonna do using a stiffer paintbrush and this ink. Yes, look how easy that is. It really does add so much to it, doesn't it? Every Scarecrow needs some patches, right? And so using some of Dollar Tree's burlap roll, I just cut some pieces, some frayed pieces that I'm gonna hot glue onto the pants as well. I figured that using this burlap trim that comes in a 3-pack would be the perfect way to finish off that distinct line between the raffia and the fabric itself. And so I went ahead and just cut a small piece to fit. Dollar Tree's got so many different types of burlap ribbon. You choose one that you like. I'm gonna go with this solid one that came in this 3-pack. And yeah, look at that. We have just finished this off. It's those small details that really make a DIY. Take it and elevate it to a different level. Make it look like something you didn't make, but something rather you bought. Moving right along to the center plaque. Yep, we're gonna fast forward to the detailing part of this because you know what to do with the fabric, the excess fabric. Using the backside again as a detail and my pencil, I'm just gonna go ahead and try my best to sketch in what would be the Scarecrow's hands that the hay is coming out of. Then again, I'm gonna go in with some of Dollar Tree's 3D fabric paint and I'm gonna use that to fill in what would be the fabric of the arms before I add the hay for the hands. I feel like when you use something like fabric paint or puffy paint, it adds character and it adds personality because it's not just a flat paint. It's not just a detail that's being added on. Adding different textures to a DIY really does elevate it again and gives it that character and the personality that you otherwise wouldn't see if you just added a regular black paint. I had originally gone in with the white puffy paint to put a distinct line between the fabric from the hand and the arm of the Scarecrow to the buffalo check fabric on the sign itself. Later on, I decided I just wasn't liking it. I wasn't feeling it the whole time after I did it, and so I ended up fixing it so you don't actually have to do this step. Again, this is another one of those mistakes that I made that I just wasn't happy with, and so it's okay when that happens. And yeah, you can see that I went in and added some raffia for what would be the Scarecrow's hands. Didn't show that, but I think you can see what I did. And staying true to my nature, I am going to go in with the Distress ink by none other than Tim Holtz and add some of that finishing distressing to the edges, give it more of that soft look because I feel like just adding that distressing adds so much to the edges. When you look at the bottom edge, it looks unfinished. And so I feel like, again, it's those fine details that you add to a DIY that really make or break it. And yes, this is the point where I realized that I just couldn't handle the white puffy paint anymore, so I figured I'd just cover it with some, yes, twine. Twine never fails me. And to the center plaque, I'm gonna add some of these wood embellishments that Dollar Tree came out with this year by guess who? Crafter's Square. And so yes, it's gonna go right here in the center. This is the perfect size for this. These embellishments are so fun. I love them. Pick up a couple because they've got some really fun ones like Farm Fresh that we can use throughout the year. The Tim Holtz Distress ink was just screaming at me to add it to this embellishment because I just felt like it was too stark. Although it does go with the raffia, I'm a farmhouse girl. dirty as Farmhouse. Somebody's gonna get mad at me for saying that, but it is what it is. Don't tell me Farmhouse isn't dirty. Distressed is dirty. It gives it a story. It has age. So yeah, I'm gonna add some of the distress ink to this embellishment. Look at this, we're already onto the last plaque, which is the head. Now, obviously, we don't want the Scarecrow's face to be buffalo check. It might be kind of cute, but I'm gonna go ahead and paint over the fabric with some ivory chalk paint because that's what I have out, and it's only gonna take a coat or two to do this, so we can then go in and add some detailing for the face. For the face, I'm keeping it simple, and yeah, I am using the back as a guide again. I'm just gonna go in with some simple dots for the eyes, a triangle for the nose. Nothing fancy, and we're not looking for perfect because what Scarecrow is perfect? The more imperfect it is, the more perfect it is. It gives it character. For this stinking cute Scarecrow's mouth, haha, I wanted to go in with a squiggly line. Who knew a squiggly line was gonna be so hard to get proportionate, to get straight? My word. It is what it is, but that's why I'm using a pencil, so I can go in and erase it and try again. Because that's what we do when we're first DIYing. We keep trying, we don't give up, and you just keep doing it. Yeah, so do that. Don't give up and don't be intimidated. Just keep trying. Really, I don't know why, but eyes need a white dot, that highlighted dot for the pupils, so that's what I'm gonna add. And with this, yep, a Scarecrow needs hair, so went ahead and cut my raffia, and I'm gonna hot glue that too. I'm not gonna lie to you, it took a little bit of time. It was one of those hideous parts of DIYing, but it's a must part of it because it really adds so much to the DIY. And with this right on the brim of the hat, I am going to add some of that burlap ribbon as well, just to cover this mess up. On the other side, it showed that there was kind of a line differentiating the top of the hat from the brim of the hat. So to do that, I just figured I'd use some twine and add it from point to point here on the plaque. And yeah, I like the way it looks. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I wanted to, so I did. Seriously, how cute is using this burlap ribbon for a patch on the Scarecrow? You could really get creative and use some color if you wanted to. I love it. I feel like this Scarecrow needs some rosy cheeks, so to do that, I like to use oil pastels. Crafter Square has some at the Dollar Tree. By using a stiffer paintbrush, you can then rub it onto your oil pastel. Because it is oil-based, it will go onto your paintbrush, then you can in turn very easily add those soft, subtle rosy cheeks that I like to add to some of my DIYs around this time of year. We can't have a clean hat when the rest of the Scarecrow has been distressed, so of course I'm gonna go in with the distress ink and distress this hat as well. I was feeling like the Scarecrow needed a bit of a dirtier face because that ivory was just too stark. It looked too clean in comparison to everything else, so I'm just gonna go ahead and run my distress ink over this, and yeah, that looks much better, doesn't it? It's my favorite part. We're almost done. All we gotta do is put the Scarecrow back together, and to do that, yeah, I'm just gonna use these scrap pieces of rope that I actually dug out of my trash can to put the Scarecrow back together, each of the pieces, and just by using some hot glue, you can see what I'm doing here. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. My word, I'm realizing that I didn't film what I put on the back of the Scarecrow so we could hang it on the wall. I just used my go-to method of hot gluing some twine to the top of the hat on the back side so it doesn't show. And just like that, we took this Dollar Tree BLEAK Scarecrow plaque to something so farmhouse chic that I absolutely love it. Who is today's KB Creations crafters of the day? It's going out to the Davis family who brought to us their recreation of this recent welcome fall and harvest stand that I just brought to you using almost 100% Dollar Tree items. Thank you to the Davis family for sharing your creations with us. With a little bit of DIY, and look at what we turned that Scarecrow into. I love doing things like that. When I see plaques like that, I really love the idea of them, but maybe not so much the decor style that they come with. And so by putting just a little bit of DIY into it, you can really turn pieces like this into something that'll suit your decor and something that you'll enjoy putting up every season for whatever holiday it is. I hope you all enjoyed today's bleak to chic transformation of Dollar Tree Scarecrow plaque. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and let's get this video to 5,000 likes. Because like I always say, and I know I sound like a broken record, but each and every one of your thumbs up and the comments that you do leave down below, they really do help my channel to grow, and it helps YouTube to notice me just a bit more. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy crafting on a budget. Stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay positive, please, and bye for now, everybody.